Ich bin heute ins Kino gegangen und wisst ihr, wer da zufällig neben mir saß? Nee, wisst ihr nicht. Aber ihr solltet auf jeden Fall dranbleiben, denn dieses fehlplatzierte Interview ist ein sehr besonderes. Well, hey James Bond, I'm
Hey.
Aminata.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. I just wanted to go to the cinema.
Cool, me too.
And now you're sitting next to me. Wow. If you would go to the movies, would it be even possible to you to go to the movies since you're James Bond? Like,
Yeah, I mean, they're dark rooms, so
right.
so normally it's fine there.
So, I want to ask you something about your new single or your new album. Why did you choose the title The Afterlove for it?
Well, really, I like to give my albums an original title, all of them, and The Afterlove just kind of made sense because it related to all the songs in different ways. Kind of like a phrase I'd heard in another album by a band called the KLF, and the phrase was, after the love is gone. And so that could be, you know, like a good place or a bad place. Like the afterlife could be, you know, it might not exist or it might be somewhere wonderful. So yeah, it was just, you know, something, you kind of make it what you want and apply it to yourself, your own understanding of it for each song.
What can your fans expect from your new single?
It's called Love Me Better. I wrote it with Ryan Tedder, who's the lead singer of One Republic. And we wrote it in his hotel room in London, in the Corinthia. And I suppose we just said, come on, let's write things in a really kind of bold way, rather than stuff I'd done in the past. Let's just approach it in a fresh, exciting way. And so it's really direct with its lyrics. It starts by saying people say the meanest things, and it describes that. And with humour as well. I say things like, I saw you standing outside a bar. Would have said you're beautiful, but I've used that line before. So it's really nice just to mess around and have a bit of irony in the song.
Yeah. How did you guys met?
I know him for years. We've just met, you know, out on the road and written together for years. He and I wrote Bonfire Heart together, and we've done 3 songs on this album. And he's just really exciting as a musician. We want to do things differently and really always have fun while we're doing it, and not just do things because it's a job, but because of our passion for music. And you can really hear that passion on this album.
Like, how long does it take to write a song? I know you wrote You're Beautiful in like 2 minutes or something like that. Is it like
Yeah, so yeah, it just changes from song to song. I think, you know, Love Me Better from this album, we took about 3 hours to write, which is not, you know, yeah, that's fast. Sometimes they take a little longer.
And before getting on stage, how do you prepare yourself for that?
Well, a lot of rehearsal, obviously, with my band. So I'm on tour from October onwards. So between now and October, I'll be just rehearsing, and then we'll come here to Germany and start those tours. Otherwise, you know, we obviously set up a production and a stage and our instruments, make sure they're all working, and then, you know, then we wander on.
If you had a totally different job than being a musician, what would it be?
I would probably still be in the army. I used to be in the army a long time ago, and I'd probably still be in the army now, just because that's, you know, that's what I knew.
But was that something that fulfilled you?
Yeah, I had an amazing time. I worked with many different people from around the world, from my own country, from different backgrounds, and it was an education in the world, really, where you can go to school and you can go to university and it teaches you the theory of things, but being in the army is very much about practical experience.
What is the most important thing you've learned in your time, by the time in the army?
That all humans are equal, really, or should be treated and respected as equals and cared for and looked after. And, you know, where we read our newspapers and listen to our politicians talking about our differences of black and white and man and woman and gay and straight and Muslim and Christian and Jew, and they try and divide us, and so that we're afraid of these, you know, others who are different from us. My time in the army taught me that everyone's just trying to get on and trying to live and survive, and if you're not afraid of them but instead engage with people and understand them and understand their perspective, that we'll all be happier, that we'll all be stronger together.
Do you still have friends from your time at the army?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I keep close to all my friends I had in the past are still, you know, friends are what makes life worth living.
How do you make sure to stay in contact? I can't believe if you're a musician, you're always on tour, you're always like in interviews and everywhere, so you don't have time at all. So how can you make sure that you have time for your loved one?
Yeah, well, you know what, the world is a small place now because we all have our phones. We can all, you know, FaceTime and Skype each other, and so that we, you know, I keep in contact with my friends that way. I live on a tour bus with 12 of us sleeping on the same tour bus overnight, but there are 2 spare bunks, and so friends and family come and join us on the road.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What is the best thing about touring?
To do our passion, really, to do our passion of music. And again, it's a really special thing that brings people together. I sing about it in one of my new songs on the album called Someone Singing Along. And again, it talks about how, you know, we are so afraid of people who are different from us, but music brings people together. It's really special. And so yeah, to get up on stage and to meet people who have bought a ticket, to have got a train ticket to come and see you and queue to see you, and for them to be there and for me to be there at the same time and play songs that connect us, join us in some way emotionally, is just the most amazing experience.
Wow, that's amazing. And now we got some time to watch the movie.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
I think it's almost finishing now.
But I'll talk to you.
Oh, well, nice to meet you anyway.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much.
Cheers, pleasure.
There's been times I gave myself to someone else, to someone lesser than you. Love, love, love me better.